Hey guys, it's your favorite Unc here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sports, stay for the stories. Count former head coach, six-time Super Bowl winning head coach as a head coach, Bill Belichick, among those who are confused with the Jets' decision to fire Coach Robert Saleh after just 5 games. It is a little bit puzzling. It is what it is, and everybody has to move forward. It's an owner's prerogative to make that decision, and clearly that's what he decided to do. But there have been a lot of things that have been kind of confusing. It hasn't been a great situation for the Jets this year. You can kind of feel that it's been kind of a chill.
And listen, Woody Johnson know damn well that wasn't his goddamn call. Come on now. The Jets are 2-3.
Mm-hmm.
We all know. Listen, they both had a book. Robert Saleh had a book, and Aaron Rodgers had a book. Neither one of them motherfuckers was on the same page. We know that. We can see the body language, the mannerisms. They run on the same page. When they did the press conference, talking about the cadence, they run on the same page. A quarterback and head coach are always on the same page at all times. They did not get along. Aaron Rodgers needs to take accountability, which he has done, for his play. The Jets are 2-3 right now. The goddamn Jets was 2-3 with Zach Wilson last year at the same time at the week 5 point.
What?
Yeah, hold on. Stay with me now. I know you want to jump on me about that, but I'm just saying. So hey, if based off that, you might as well have stuck with Zach. Aaron Rodgers has to play better. The defense is playing well. They're playing okay. I'm not saying they're playing lights out like they were last year, but it is early in the season. I'm sure they're going to get better as the season goes on. But we need a little bit more of the Aaron Rodgers of old.
Yeah.
That's it. We need a little bit more. The mistakes, the interceptions. You can't do it. You're killing your team. You're killing your team.
When has he gotten along with any coaches?
You know what? I don't know.
When's the last time he got along with coaches?
You know what's funny? When I think about it, this is the first time I've seen him outside of Green Bay, and I'm not sure if him and Matt LaFleur didn't get along.
Really? When he went on there and told that when Matt LaFleur kicked the field goal on 4th down, and he said, and the tirade, what he had on the sideline, you thought he got along with Matt LaFleur?
Yes, I didn't see that. I didn't remember that. I didn't remember that. Okay. But I saw Saleh try to hug him after throwing a touchdown and push him off and give him that look. And I'm like, you know what? He don't like him. He definitely don't like him.
But
I knew there was a lack of respect for his coach when he skipped that goddamn minicamp.
Ocho, why we making a big deal about that? All I know is the people told me that was not a big deal.
It's a big deal because if it's anybody else, your ass would have got cut.
Fine.
Hold on.
Don't make it. The problem is.
Question.
Go ahead.
What happened if Lamar Jackson has skipped goddamn minicamp?
Mandatory
minicamp. Come on now. Stay with me. All right.
Come on, Ocho. You know what
I'm just listening. I'm just throwing it out there for a little bit of context. Just a little bit of context.
I don't need no context. I've been saying it. Oh, Shannon, you hate that man. You hate that man. When I've been one of his staunchest defenders.
And listen.
His ability to throw the football is unquestioned. Yeah. I question some of the things that he does that are not conducive to winning and leadership. You cannot have that guy on a mandatory minicamp unless it is an absolute emergency. You go into Egypt, what are you, a dignitary? You trying to bring peace to the Middle East? That's the only reason I will excuse that.
Hold on. If he, what did you say? Is he a what? A dignitary?
A dignitary, yes. If he can bring peace to the Middle East, by all means, go. Take as much time as you need.
Right.
But mandatory means that is required. Voluntary means you volunteer. If you come if you want to. It's just like when you volunteer to do charity work. You volunteered. Now, if you do something, they will the criminal justice system will demand you do community service. You see how they do that? Mm-hmm. He's required to do 50 hours, 100 hours community service. Shannon volunteered at Goodwill. Shannon volunteered at the homeless mission. Mm-hmm. You see the difference? But everybody made excuses. See, what y'all fit, this is what I was like, fans. Y'all make excuses. When O'Shea, I get it. Let me take that back, Coach. I'm sorry. It's the messenger. Y'all ain't got no.
Oh, yeah.
It's the messenger
Oh, yeah,
that's giving you the message. Because
Right.
had Coach Belichick, had anybody else said exactly what I've been saying, nobody would have had a problem with it. But
Right.
it's because old Shea said it. And y'all don't like when Shea be right. And I don't want to pat myself on the back. But Mary Porter once told me, said, boy, you got 2 good hands. You don't need nobody to pat you on the damn back. Pat yourself on the back.
Yeah.
I've been trying to tell y'all for the longest. Y'all see what y'all want to do. Y'all try to see what a lot of times what they'll try to do, Ocho, is that they'll try to undercut you and try to make it about something else. That's what they try to do. But y'all can't fool O'Shea because I've been in the locker room. I've been a leader in locker rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, Shannon, you ain't in that locker room. And then when it comes out, no. But when I said that, it wasn't no problem. It was a problem. Now, what's being said everywhere?
Yeah.
Bro, it's
just. And it's always a head coach always needs this quarterback, not just as a leader, but to actually lead by example.
He got to buy in because if he don't, nobody else will.
He got to be the one to buy in because if the quarterback didn't buy in, then everything else is fragmented. Everything else is fragmented. That's why the quarterback position is so important and him doing all the right things because as he goes, everybody else goes.
The moment it was mandatory minicamp and he didn't show up, Robert Saleh had no more authority.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
It was, well, he had little to begin with.
Because of who it is.
That, and think about what they did to get him. They're flying back and forth from New York to California. Mm-hmm. They're courting, they're basically begging this man to come and save us. So Aaron already knows he's going in with a lot of power, just like Tom. Mm-hmm. That's why Tom was able to go get Gronk. That's why he was able to go get an Antonio Brown.
And the funny thing about it, we talk about 2 different mindsets. We have two totally different mindsets.
One is totally team, and the other is all about self.
Bingo.
One is about team, and the other is all about self.
Listen,
you look at Peyton.
Tom went there with one goal in mind.
Yes.
I'm getting me another one.
Yes.
I'm getting me another one, and bought all the way in. He was that mandatory, voluntary. Matter of fact, he was there when he's supposed to be there.
Yeah. Peyton, Tom Brady. You remember he went to, bless you. You remember he. You ain't gonna cup. You don't want to cup you. Okay, don't worry about it. Oh Lord, have mercy. Ocho, you supposed to do it until you. And now you want to. When I see you, want me to dap you up?
Nah. I don't dap up. I got
a fist bump you, Ocho. I'm just letting you know. There you go, right there. That's what we are right now, Ocho. That's what we are right now.
We good.
Hey, don't worry. Let me get the hand sanitizer. Where my bag at? Let me get that. You got some hand sanitizer, Jordan?
I'm way over.
Ocho. I know you, but when I see you.
I'm good. Ocho. No, Real gave me a cold.
I'm gonna put some of that in your hand. Then we're gonna dap up first. I'm gonna carry a little bottle with it, but I see you.
All right, I got you.
But if you think about it, Ocho, when Tom Brady, when he went to the Buccaneers,
yes, sir.
You remember he got thrown out the park for throwing the ball to his receivers.
The high school.
This man wanted to be so ingratiated with his teammates, so lockstep and barrel. Mm-hmm. We can't go to the facility, but we're going to go into the park. But they say, no, you can't gather even in the park. Yeah. When Peyton Manning signed with the Broncos, let's see, when it comes to Peyton Manning and the Broncos, see, I ain't telling you what somebody tell you, I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. Just like when I say certain things about the Broncos, it's we down in Nashville, Ocho. Somebody, I guess. Who had that open? Oh, my bad. We'll open it back up then.
What happened?
But you see the different. But you see the different mindsets.
Yeah. Completely.
Between Peyton, Tom Brady, and the other guy. You see the mindset. Mm-hmm. But see, what happens is that the more accomplished someone is, people are willing to forgive behavior because of the accomplishment. See, a guy that's not as accomplished, he can't miss. Nobody should be able to miss. That's why they record. That's why they call it mandatory. And then they made excuses for it. At first, they made excuses. And then when they got out, it reported that he didn't have an excused absence. Then it came out. And then that's when he started they just slapped something on the end of it. No, bro. Everybody know what mandatory is. When you go to OTAs, you see that thing. Okay, we got voluntary, and the last one is mandatory. Mm-hmm. It's always been like that. It's probably always going to be like that.
Yeah.
But who's surprised by this? I just want to know, Jets fans, but look, I get it, Jets. When you struggle, y'all hadn't won a championship since the since the late 60s, early 70s. So I get it. You're starving. You have an unquenchable thirst to be a champion again. I get that. And so y'all are willing to accept negative behavior. You'll make a deal with the devil. Ocho, when it comes due, I worry about what he's asking for later. I just want the deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care. Whatever it is, I'm doing this deal with the devil. Whatever he's asking for later, I'm willing to do it if I get what I want in the meantime. And then when it comes down to what I got to pay, what I have to pay that debt off with, oh well, I'll worry about that then. But who's surprised that the Jets are in this situation? I just want to know what rational, sane individual is surprised the Jets are where they are.
You know what? The one thing I can say is, even though things aren't good right now, they are 2-3. If
they're one game out of first place.
Oh yeah, if they are to get out of this hole, because the AFC is up for grabs. The AFC is up for grabs.
No, it ain't. That division is up for grabs.
Oh, you know what I mean. I meant the AFC.
Yeah, the AFC East.
I meant to say the AFC is damn good.
I agree.
The Dolphins, we don't know. Josh Allen, obviously they had to stumble
Patriots,
up.
we ain't even talking about them.
Patriots, we not, man. They starting Drake May. I don't know why they throwing that rookie out there.
I told you what happened, Ocho.
Huh?
Ocho, you not gonna win no games throwing for no 130 yards.
Hey, but hell, you put the rookie in there, think he gonna do better?
He can't do worse.
You got a left tackle and a right tackle that can't block no goddamn body. So what you think gonna happen to him?
Well, Drake May is more athletic than Jacoby Brissett.
Okay. We'll use that one. But listen, this is the thing about the Jets. If you are a Jets fan, this is what I can say about Aaron Rodgers. Even though he looked pitiful, even though he looked abysmal the last game, he's the type of player that can catch fire, and look completely different than what he looked last week. Completely different. So I'm worried about him, but I'm not worried about him at the same time because I know what he can do.
The New York's interim head coach, Jeff Ulbrich, who announced that they're shifting Todd Downing to offensive play caller, strip role from Nathaniel Hackett. In Downing's last stint as OC in Tennessee Titans in 2022, he was fired after the Tennessee Titans finished 30th overall in offense and 28th in points scored.
Well, how do people get jobs? What did he finish? What number did he finish?
30th in overall offense and 28th in points.
And he's supposed to be taking over for the New York Jets, who just had a horrible game offensively last week?
Right.
Oh, okay. I mean, make it make sense.
Well, first of all, Nathaniel Hackett got a job, and he had never called plays for Green Bay. He got a job because his boy was Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers led the Broncos to believe that if they signed as the head coach, he'd be willing to come to the Broncos. Everybody saw Nathaniel Hackett's painting on full display.
Right.
Now owners say they want somebody that's called plays.
Right.
He got a job at a franchise having never called plays. Okay. When he got an opportunity to call plays, he was good and terrible. He goes, hold on, Ocho. Gets the job with the Jets because why, Ocho? They won't set one said individual to come play for them.
Right.
Now you tell me the job you gonna get as an offensive coordinator after they saw you call plays in Denver and you were awful. Well, you wasn't even what the elephant left on the showground, and everybody know what the elephant left on the showground. Yeah.
Well, we know how he got the job, though. You know who asked for that. And that's why, and also Aaron Rodgers to get on Pat McAfee and say, "I don't have the power people think I have." Man, who you fooling, man? Who you talking to? You
dumb-dumbs that actually believe that. Jet fans and Aaron Rodgers supporters that actually believe that.
Come on, man. I don't think people understand how much power he does actually have. I mean, one scenario.
Yeah, they do.
You look at the scenario of going on the goddamn trip. He's supposed to be at mandatory minicamp. That lets you know who holds all the goddamn cards.
But it told me everything I need to know about him because Peyton Manning, Patrick Mahomes, and Tom Brady would have never done that. It told me everything I needed to know about him. I don't need nobody to tell me about him. See, I see better than I hear. I hear what he says about winning is the most important thing.
Right.
Like my grandpa used to tell my brother and I, y'all told me y'all gonna take that trash out. I still see it sitting over there in the corner. See, I see better than I hear. I hear what you're saying, but I know what I see. So am I supposed to believe my lying eyes or my listening ears?
Right. Oh,
told me everything I needed to know about him.
Hold on, I got to use that one. Am I supposed to be my lying eyes or my listening?
Am I supposed to believe my lying eyes or my listening ears?
Woo.
But that's the thing, though, Ocho. All he had to do was just show up. Ingratiate yourself. He and Garrett Wilson are still really not on the same page, Ocho.
No, they're not.
They're still not. Hold on, did Garrett Wilson win Offensive Rookie of the Year? How does man win Offensive Rookie of the Year with Zach Wilson, Mike White?
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers, even at this age and as bad as he's playing, is 10, 15 times the player they were ever going to be.
Yeah.
Like that's all. Who was throwing him the ball? Joe Flacco might have been throwing him the ball. Y'all, like one thing Joe Flacco can do is throw it now. You got to protect him, Ocho. You got to protect him because
he can't move, but he can throw that thing.
Oh yeah, he ain't moving nowhere. He ain't going nowhere, Ocho.
Yeah.
But because remember, hold on Wednesday, Aaron Rodgers emphatically denied playing a part in Robert Saleh's dismissal from the Jets. During his weekly Pat McAfee show appearance, he said, as far as any of the ridiculous allegations out there, I'm not gonna spend more than a sentence in response to it. And that's that. I resent any of those accusations because they are patently false. It's interesting the amount of power that people think I have, which I don't. I love Robert. I love my ex when I was with him. But guess what, Ocho? I ain't with him. I ain't with him. I love him.
You know what I wish? I wish people that were sources always stated who they were and didn't hide.
Then you wouldn't get no information.
I know. Yeah, you're right. But listen, I wish when it came to players, I wish they were dishonest. I wish they weren't PC. I wish when it came to quarterbacks and they gave interviews, I wish they really said what they really felt. I wish they really said what they were really thinking. All players are PC. I really hate that. And I think it would be so much better. The NFL would be so much more authentic and real if people just, even coaches, I wish they just said exactly how they feel about certain players. But they don't. Everything
I can't say y'all suck. You remember Zim? You remember how Zim, they asked Zim, did he want to say anything to the team? He said, nah, they got me fired.
Yeah. I say it all the time. Players get coaches fired.
Yes. Yes. On Thursday, when asked about the firing and the demotion of offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett, Rodgers took the blame. He said, I play better and this doesn't happen. Hold on. Ocho. This is not my first time saying it, but I went on First Take on Tuesday and said two of the most worst days of my life is when Dan Reeves, who drafted me but forgot to cut me, and Wade Phillips lost their job. Because normally when a head coach get fired and you have an interim head coach, Ocho, guess what happens? The staff's gone.
Yeah.
So it's just not one job. What's the likelihood you think what's the likelihood of anybody that's on the Jets are returning next year, Ocho?
Not happening. Whole new staff.
And that's what bothered me, Ocho, because I was like, damn, and I'm not a quarterback, I'm a tight end. This is the way I think.
Right.
Had I became the player that I later became and ended up going into the Hall of Fame, maybe I could have saved their jobs. Maybe I could have. It bothered me. It still does.
Right.
I talked my position coach in 1993 with Les Steckel. He lives here in Nashville. He called me today. Called me sweetheart. He knows all my kids' birthday. He'll always, tell Kayla happy birthday. Tell Kiara. Tell the kids happy birthday. He remembers all of that.
Right.
And I invited him to the hall. Anytime I had something going on, I would always invite him. I made the Pro Bowls. I took him and his wife, flew in first class, put him up. All my position coaches, even when I wasn't there, even when I went to the Pro Bowl in Baltimore, every position coach that coached me, I brought them to the Pro Bowl, them and their wife, put them up. It bothered me, Ocho, because I play a role in that coach getting fired.
Right.
I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do.
Right.
And I wish more players understood that. It's like, oh, that's part of, okay. But you don't think it's part of you don't just think it's part of business when your ass get cut. You don't think it's part of the, oh man, they did your boy dirty, blah, blah, blah. Nah. It's a part of the game. It's a part of the game. If it's a part of the game, it's a part of the game.
Right.
But I just, he said, I play better. Rodgers has completed 61% of his passes, 1,093 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. His QBR of 49.1 ranks 21st in the NFL. The Giants offensively are ranked 27th in yards per game, 286, 23rd in points per game, 18.6 through the first 5 games of the season. It's just, bro, I'm like, I just wish he got it. But you know what? Here's the problem that he has.
Yeah.
He's so arrogant. He's so pompous. He's so cavalier that he believes that if you're not Peyton Manning, if you're not Tom Brady, or you're not someone of the upteenth order,
right,
you should not have an opinion on how he plays. You shouldn't have an opinion on his leadership because he feels that you're beneath him because you didn't play this position. So how dare you critique me? I don't believe. It is my belief, and I could be on an island by myself, that no one is beyond reproach.
They're not. They're not at all. At all. And you know, I don't ever talk about nobody, but man, say it got to be said. If you got me talking and saying what it is and what needs to be done, it needs to be fixed, and chastising it, you know something wrong.
For sure. Everybody does. But a lot of people, because you want to have a relationship with said player. If I see a player, I want to run over there and dap me up. Hey man, you want a drink? Blah, blah, blah. This about such good. Nah, I think I owe it to him to say what I see.
Right.
Have I seen a lot of players that I critique and they pretend like they don't see me? Yep. And I pretend like I don't see them too. We both pretending.
What happened if they want to beat you up, huh?
I ain't worried about that.
No?
I only worry about that. I don't carry myself in that way, Ocho.
Right.
They know, hey, I got a job to do. It ain't nothing personal. I'm talking about your play on the field.
I'm just making sure.
I go by my bit. Nah, it ain't none of that. Ain't no beatings.
Well, let me know. I'm the enforcer. If anybody, listen, throughout this season, we only in week 5 now. We got a long way to go now. If anybody like feeling a little froggy and they want to leap, I could be your enforcer.
Now you got to worry about James Harrison. You take care of James Harrison. Sauce Gardner says it's not.
Take care of who?
James.
Who's that?
Debo.
Yeah. Okay.
Sauce Gardner says it's not Saleh's fault on team struggles. It's the teams. If I'm being honest, we're doing it for him. Nah, Sauce, I think you might be. I think the defense might be. I think the other side, I don't know. But anyway, Gardner also said, Saleh changed my life, which is why we text the coach, I appreciate you, every year on his birthday.
Yeah, I mean, that's dope. I like Sauce for speaking out, but Sauce will understand quick. I think it's early for him. I think Sauce is only in his 2nd year, right?
Third.
He'll understand the nature of this business. You know, it gets dirty, it gets grimy. This is not the first coach that's going to leave, you know, while he's playing for a team, and he'll understand that. What Sauce needs to understand, the problem is on the other side of the ball. It is. Because if you look at the Jets defense, statistically, in almost every category, they within the top 5.
Yeah.
I know it's still early in the season. They are 2-3, but the Jets defense is in the top 5 in almost every statistical category. The problem is the offense. And I know Sauce is the teammate. You don't want to say anything, throw your teammate under the bus, but we'll say it for you. Your quarterback needs to play better.
It's really simple. He just needs to play better because they said that the Jets are a quarterback away from being a serious threat in the AFC, being a contender.
Yeah.
The quarterback hasn't played well. It's okay to acknowledge that and say, you know what? He didn't play well.